Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tyler, and today we are going to be doing a one-shot what-if, which is what if Goku went Super Saiyan 2 against Cell. Now, in my past videos, if you guys see me on the come-up, you guys have seen a pretty cringy what-if on the same scenario, and I really don't want to get into that, so we're going to go into a more realistic version, and since my story writing has gone astronomically better, I've decided to do this what-if. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the intro.
Hey, collecting rings like a Sonic. Bitches wanna party. My wrist getting heavy. Got 'em on a diet, yeah. Flex like I'm Hogan. Yo, bitch coming over. We respect.
We start our story off with Gohan facing off against Cell in his Super Saiyan Grade 4 form, and he's trying to keep up and push his hidden power out like how Goku told him to, but it simply isn't working. Cell would then proceed to smirk as he would then say how he's done playing games, and as the Cell Juniors are bullying his friends, Cell would slowly walk up to Gohan, who is actually very terrified, and he would try his best to punch Cell, get him away, blasting Ki Blast, whatnot, but Perfect Cell just simply is too strong for Gohan to overcome, and this is before Android 16 is thrown by Hercule. In this timeline, he's actually being very hesitant and doesn't throw 16 to Cell and Gohan. And so with that being said, Cell would then give Gohan an immense bear hug similar to how he did in the beginning of the fight, but this time Cell would actually break Gohan's spine. Gohan would fall to the ground speechless, and Goku, seeing his own son down and not getting back up and also attempts to sense his ki, realizes that he's dead and gone. Goku here would be utterly speechless, and here would see Cell begin to laugh and telling the Cell Juniors to kill the rest, and Goku would just snap at that point, similar to how Gohan did. He would begin to rage out and send the Cell Juniors flying with his raw aura, and we see Goku having much more spikier hair along with an electric aura. Vegeta would even remark how Goku's power even doubled, and at that point we would then see that Goku is now in the Super Saiyan 2 state. Now, Goku's power at first would be double of that of his Grade 4 counterpart, however he would even ascend beyond that due to the rage that he's feeling right now. Goku would then proceed to body the Cell Juniors and kill all of them and even eat a senzu bean to regain his strength, because if you guys do remember, Goku was indeed fatigued because of his fight with Cell. And so with that being said, Goku is now at a 100% power, and he would then prepare to face Cell. Goku would look at the dead Gohan, and his power would increase even further, with Goku's last words before the fight beginning saying how he will never forgive Cell for what he did. And Cell is not living to see another day in this battle. Cell smirks and tells Goku to give him all he's got since he will be doing so as well, and Cell will then proceed to power up into 100%. And so with that being said, Goku vs Cell would then ensue, and some of you would probably argue that Goku might just be barely stronger than this version of Cell, if not weaker, because of him being a lot weaker than Gohan. However, I'd argue he would actually be a lot stronger than a normal SSJ2 Goku hypothetically, since he is bloodlusted and he did just see his son die, and this would add more fuel to the flame. And you would think this is pretty acceptable because, again, Gohan, aka his son, literally died. Anyways, Cell and Goku would begin their fight, with Goku easily dominating Cell similar to how Gohan did, and we do know that Goku in the Cell games was down for killing Cell. He was literally screaming at his own child to finish him off and kill him right away, and Gohan refused. But this time, since there is no Gohan in the way and rather Goku's the one fighting Cell, he would kill him when he has the chance. And I think in this timeline, Goku would have much more of a reason to kill Cell in his Super Saiyan 2 state, because again, there's different circumstances in this scenario that Cell put Goku in. Anyways, Goku would just be bullying Cell until Cell would then be frustrated enough to the point to where he flies up in the air and powers up a Kamehameha and shoots it at Goku and says, "Die along with your son." This makes Goku even more angrier, and Goku would then let out a full-powered Kamehameha of his own that would overpower Cell's and consume and atomize Perfect Cell's entire body here due to Goku showing no mercy. Vegeta would be pressed at how Goku had widened the gap even more, and he vows to learn this form and defeat Goku. Now, when they revive the victims of Cell, Krillin would definitely revive 17 and 18, which Goku wouldn't be against since it wasn't their fault for how they were. And also, Krillin would say how they did change, and Krillin is a simp after all. So Krillin revives 17 and 18, while Goku would revive all of Cell's victims, which would include Gohan, and Gohan would be glad he's back, and after he and Goku leave off to go home, Gohan would say how he doesn't want death to happen to him again. And he knows if he had just pushed more, he would have helped out a lot, and Goku would then say how he doesn't have to worry about that since Goku is still around, and plus being a scholar is his priority. I do think Goku would actually acknowledge what Gohan wants to do since, again, Gohan did die because of Goku, and Piccolo was even screaming at him to stop this, and Goku just didn't because he thought Gohan could do it. So honestly, Goku believes that whatever Gohan should do should just make him happy, and Goku never wants to put Gohan in that situation again. He is feeling very guilty. Gohan would agree, but he would say how he'd put some thought into it by himself while he was dead actually, and he genuinely believes he should just balance the two while keep up with training and also focusing on studying. Goku would be shocked to hear this, and Goku believes that's an actual good idea and he can actually help him train whenever he wants to, and Gohan would then say how he'd appreciate the help a lot. Now Trunks would still leave off into his timeline and kill those androids and even Cell eventually, and we would then get into the 7 years of peace occurring, with Vegeta maturing over the 7 years since him and Goku would have settled the score already. And Vegeta would have admitted that Goku is number 1, and during the 7 years, Goku, Vegeta, and even Gohan eventually all obtained Super Saiyan 2 and even master the form. Now, if you guys are wondering why Gohan would even obtain Super Saiyan 2 here, well, it's because, again, Gohan is going to be training very hard whenever he's not studying, and he does have Goku, who has Super Saiyan 2, as a training partner. And as for people like Goten, well, he would be stronger than Trunks here since he's training with a much more powerful person, that being Goku. Anyways, the Buu saga would still begin, and this time Goten would win the junior division, and here this is where things begin to stop being different and things start playing similar to the canon storyline. Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta go down to Babidi's hideout, which leads into Gohan this time killing Deborah, and Goku and Vegeta's fights are all similar to in canon, and so Gohan would beat Deborah due to him being stronger once again, and Babidi wouldn't be able to possess Vegeta here since he wouldn't let Babidi in his head, and Babidi would eventually be defeated along with the rest of his goons. Babidi's hideout would be destroyed, and Majin Buu's egg would be brought to the Supreme Kai's planet thanks to Shin and Kibito, and Shin and Kibito would also thank the Z Fighters for their help. Now after this, the Battle of the Gods saga would enroll, and Beerus would still arrive, but this time Goku just wouldn't have SSJ-3, and this would lead into Goku and the others using Shenron still, and then doing the ritual, which leads into Goku obtaining Super Saiyan God. Goku would only be slightly weaker here, and in this timeline this would still lead into Vegeta training with Beerus, and then Goku and Vegeta training with Beerus, and they would still obtain Super Saiyan Blue. Another thing I forgot to mention is the fact that Gotenks wouldn't be here and wouldn't be existent, and Gohan here would be consistently keeping up with his training, which wouldn't matter though since against Frieza it would be nothing. And I'm referring to Gohan's power since Frieza would still come down after 4 months of training and bop all the Z Fighters on Earth, which leads into Goku and Vegeta then arriving onto Earth, and they would fight Frieza similar to in canon. Now after this, really no changes come in with the Universe 6 arc except for maybe a stronger Piccolo since Gohan would be training with him, and this Gohan would be training, which would lead into Piccolo getting stronger. But this wouldn't matter because again, Goku was also stronger than Frost, and Frost still cheated his way for victory. And also without Buu here, there would probably be another person joining the tournament like Goten or Trunks since again Gohan does have a conference, and even with Goten and Trunks joining, they are far too weak to even defeat any of the Universe 6 fighters besides Botamo, which again wouldn't really change much because Goku would still get poisoned by Frost and would still be brought back into the tournament. And so Goku would still fight Hit, and Monaka would then beat Hit, and this would lead into Universe 7 winning, and Beerus would wish back Champa's Earth. Now sadly, this would lead into the Goku Black arc, and the reason why I say sadly is because it's still going to be just as bad as its canonical version because no changes happen here, and the only thing that really changes is the Tournament of Power, which only minor changes happen. As we all know, the exhibition matches would take place, and with Majin Buu not being here, it would be Piccolo versus Basil, and Piccolo would catch the dub on Basil, and this Gohan would beat Lavender due to training, and Goku's match would be the same, along with the bonus fight between Goku and Toppo. And when recruiting the Universe 7 team members, Goku would see 17 and also 16 here because remember, he is indeed alive, and I do think he would still be helping 17 out, taking care of nature and whatnot. Also, after the Cell Saga, he would be repaired by Bulma, and so with that being said, I do think 16 would help here because he would encourage 17 to go since he would have things covered here. And 17 would then nod because he does trust 16 with his island because 16 actually was there helping 17 with his island in this timeline. Obviously, this would still lead into Frieza joining the tournament, and eventually Universe 7 would complete with Gohan getting his power awakened by Piccolo still, and probably being a little bit stronger due to him keeping up with his training. Now when the tournament begins, Goku wouldn't flex off Super Saiyan 3 to Caulifla and Kale because, again, Super Saiyan 3 doesn't exist here. And I don't see too many other changes happening here except for maybe the mentioning of Super Saiyan 3 from Caulifla and Kale because, again, it wouldn't happen here. 17 would still catch the dub for Universe 7, and they would wish all the universes back, and the Broly and Moral arc would also take place the same, and that is where we will be concluding this What If. Now with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tyler, and thank you guys for watching this one-shot What If. Peace out, bye.